znsbahamas.com. New articles premiere on Mondays at 9 a.m.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. Celebration Key hosting orientation to welcome new hires. Also, the island of Abaco continues to battle fires. Our team is on the ground. And a man is behind bars, yet a warrant is issued for his arrest. Now his mother is speaking out.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, training is officially underway for the team that will help bring Carnival's Celebration Key project to life. Today, Grupo Anderson's Bahamas, the company overseeing recruitment and training of food and beverage staff for the highly anticipated destination, launched its leadership training program in Grand Bahama in preparation for the July 2025 opening. Raven Davis was there and filed the details in this report.
A major milestone for Carnival Celebration Key, as on Monday, Grupo Anderson's kicked off training for its first group of leaders, welcoming more than 40 senior team members to begin preparations for opening day.
Everything is now going to flow and the plan is now coming into play.
Chefs, floor managers, restaurant managers, and a host of other leaders convening at the Ministry of Labor and Public Service in Grand Bahama just weeks after the organization onboarded 625 Bahamians to be involved in the food and beverage department.
So we pretty much went through what Grupo Anderson's is, all of the brands that fall under our umbrella, our vision, our mission, our core values, what our service standards are going to look like, and the way forward for all of the venues up at Celebration Key.
Grupo Anderson's Bahamas head of human resources, Holman McDonald, emphasizing the company's commitment to excellence and hinted at more training sessions to come in the lead up to the destination's launch.
So from now until the actual opening date, this team is going to be actually assisting us in the training for the persons that are going to come behind, like the chef de parties and the kitchen supervisors and the floor supervisors.
With 14 restaurants set to open at Celebration Key, excitement is growing for kitchen manager Jasmine Roxbury, a seasoned restaurateur. The energy is already building.
It was a big deal for me to be selected and be selected directly from the executive chef himself. I worked very hard in my career, 15 years as a chef, so I take this opportunity with pride.
Capping off a productive first day, Savion Bethel, restaurant floor manager, and Cooley Wilson, procurement manager at Grupo Anderson, say they're especially eager to help deliver on the company's high standards.
For me as a young professional, there's so much room for growth in this company. This is a massive company with over 15 brands worldwide, and so I'm just grateful for the opportunity and I'm excited about the potential for future.
I came with the mindset to add my skill set to this company and the excellent service that I would give. I'm looking forward to it.
Opening day is set for July 19th, and officials believe the team is well on its way to delivering a world-class experience. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Just one station.
Well, ZNS News has been reliably informed that a fuel leak at the Lewathon BOS property in Grand Bahama is currently under investigation. According to sources, the alleged leak resulted from a rupture in a pipeline located on land. While we have been advised that the leak has been contained, the line is believed to be an older one, prompting questions about its integrity and whether appropriate environmental safeguards and assessments are in place under Lewathon's ownership. Lewathon Group, a global leader in the energy sector, acquired the South Riding Point oil terminal from Equinor in 2003. Now, we reached out to Lewathon officials via email and telephone for further details regarding the incident, but our attempts were unanswered. ZNS News also contacted the Ministry of Environment, which is reportedly investigating the matter. However, our calls to the ministry were also not returned. This is a story that we will continue to follow. Well, in news from the courts, a 55-year-old male identified as Kevin Miller was hauled before Magistrate Johnson in Court Number 1 on May 5th, 2025, with one charge of unlawful sexual intercourse and one count of indecent assault dating back to April 2022. The magistrate says that the victim is a female who was only 11 years old at the time of the incident. Miller, represented by attorney K. Brian Hanna, was not able to enter a plea due to the nature of the charges, while the magistrate noted that bail can only be granted by the Supreme Court as the matter is out of his jurisdiction. The court has tentatively set a voluntary bill of indictment for July 29, 2025. Multiple fires that raged in Abaco for days have now been contained after posing a threat to homes and businesses on that island. This according to Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll, as the fire inched nearer to Marsh Harbor. One of the communities under threat was Sweetings Village, while Cable Bahamas also became under threat after a building at the back of the property went up in flames. Water planes arrived on the island on Sunday, also assisting in battling the blaze.
We were assisted by 12 firefighters, 8 from the Providence, and 4 from Grand Bahama. We want to say thanks also to the island administrator, Mr. Pinder, who assisted with support. We had a water plane that came over and assisted greatly last night and into the wee hours of the morning, causing the fire not to be under control. The fire now is still being monitored, and they're still on the ground assessing, and areas that they see affected, they'll be back to those areas trying to extinguish the fire if it arises again.
Rose says Marsh Harbor proper is currently being impacted, while blazes in South Abaco have been contained, but thankfully no injuries have been reported.
Initially, there were some wind factors that played a role inside the fire being spread widely. But like I said, the planes up in the air as well started again this morning with the water drops. So that assisted very greatly with the fires in Abaco district. In the Bahamas, we continue our partnership with U.S. counterparts, and so therefore we were able to reach out to them, and they came over and assisted us. Like I said, our administrator organized all of this external support, and I'm sure that we continue to work together with the police force to make sure that we get the fire under control very quickly.
In crime news from Bimini, police on that island nabbed 2 men on that northern island in connection with a $20,000 drug bust on Sunday, May 4th, 2025. The 2 men were taken into police custody after officers confiscated a quantity of suspected illegal drugs in South Bimini. Officers executed a search warrant at a residence and discovered the illegal drugs. The 2 men, ages 41 and 30, occupants of a home, were subsequently taken into custody. The weight of the suspected cocaine is 2.2 pounds with an estimated street value of $20,000. This matter remains under active police investigation. Well, a Grand Bahama mother is tonight accusing police of harassment after officers showed up at her home with a warrant for her son at 3 a.m. on Sunday. But she says there's just one problem. He's been behind bars since January. Now she's demanding answers and says she feels unfairly targeted by law enforcement.
The police officers came at my residence, 61 State Avenue, Heritage.
It was around 3 a.m. on Sunday morning when Judlika Adderley says she was awakened by a loud knock at her door. That knock, she says, came from Grand Bahama police officers armed with a warrant for her 22-year-old son, Rayvon Adderley.
I don't understand how a warrant get issued.
According to her, there was no need for a warrant because her son, Rayvon, has been behind bars for the past 5 months.
My son been locked up from January 2nd. They came here with a warrant last night for somebody that is locked up. How impossible?
Rayvon is being held on sharp-breaking charges dating back to late last year. His mother says he was arrested on New Year's Day at a nightclub and has remained in custody ever since.
Can't even show me the warrant. They look at me when I tell them Rayvon in jail. The sergeant keep asking me when he going to jail. When he got to jail, I say he been jailed from January 1st. He could not believe a warrant come out for Rayvon, and Rayvon is in jail.
So when police showed up at her home in 2 marked vehicles with a warrant for his arrest, she says she was left confused.
They could not answer me a straight question. The police officers who been here last night couldn't answer me. The police officers at Central could not answer me. The police officers by Southern Police Station couldn't answer me. The police officers in Port Lucaya could not answer me why a warrant come on Rayvon Adley, and he is currently locked up for the past 5 months, going on 6 months.
Now, Adderley says she feels like her family is being unfairly targeted by police, and she's demanding answers for what she calls an unnecessary ordeal.
That means they was trying to put a charge on my son. That's fraudulent. That's freeman. That's harassment to me and my children. Because I feel like now that they do that, my son is locked up for something that he didn't do.
Going back to Abaco fires, our Jolanda Thompson Everest arriving on the island moments ago. She speaks with a business owner who was impacted by those fires. Jolanda Thompson joins us live now from Abaco.
That's right, Romiko. The fire causing major disruptions across both Central and South Abaco. The fire originated in the southern part of the island, spreading north, affecting banks, schools, and grocery stores. I have with me the managing partner of Abaco Groceries, Melissa Roberts, who tells me that the fire was so intense that they had to close down the store. Ms. Roberts, take me back to those 2 days and tell me how was operations, of course, here at Abaco Groceries, while this massive fire had everybody in the community on edge.
We had a lot of heavy smoke in the store. That's why we decided to close. Safety for the customers and employees. But the fire has been burning for over a week now, and the firemen prepared us, and we pushed an 80-foot fire road, and we were prepared, getting prepared for the fire. The volunteer firemen were excellent. They were wonderful in protecting our building, protecting the property. Everyone worked together to get the fire out. Everyone was concerned because the fire was moving into town, where we have the bank next to us, and there's pine woods on the other side of us, and the fire was moving rapidly. With heavy smoke. The products were not affected by the fire, but there was smoke in the area. As you go along the highway here, going into town, they blocked off sections as the fire intensified. Yes, we're fully back to normal hours, ready to serve our community. If possible, you can donate to the fire department. Marsh Harbor Volunteer Fire Department, their account is at Royal Bank. I can give you the account number. Any donation would help.
Well, there you have it, Romiko. According to Ms. Roberts, Abaco Groceries is fully back in operations. However, as we know that these fires seem to continue to find itself in Abaco. And so unfortunately, these firefighters are always on the ground and ensuring that Abaco community and the residents here are safe. And so she is looking forward for the community of the Bahamas, of course, to send donations, whatever you have, to ensure that the firefighters have what they need to make sure that Abaco remains safe. Live from Abaco Groceries, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Yolanda. You will be on the ground for the next few days. We look forward to hearing more from you.
And still to come.
With storm season just around the corner, GB Power officials share how they are preparing. That story, sports, and more when we return.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Grand Lacayan invites everyone to the biggest and most elaborate Mother's Day Sunday brunch happening May 11th in the Grand Ballroom. Enjoy live music, food stations, giveaways, and special performances. Tickets are on sale now at the lobby. Call 373-1383 for more information. The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites residents and Grand Bahamians everywhere to unite and celebrate our beautiful island in grand style at the Welcoming Home Grand Expo, July 2nd through 10th. It's a week of events that you cannot miss. Save the date and get ready for Welcoming Home.
We are your one-stop gift shop downtown in the Culmerville Plaza. Handbags, accessories, and fragrances for men, women, and kids. Open Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Special orders and layaway available. Call 352-9554 for more info. They got everything you need and more.
Celebrate the incredible women in your life this Mother's Day. And don't forget the special offer from Connect Bahamas. From April 16th to May 16th, enjoy a fantastic 35% off store-wide. That's right, everything you need to show your love and appreciation is on sale. Whether it's a heartfelt gift for mom, a treat for yourself, or something special for that amazing woman in your life, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit any one of our stores today. Make this Mother's Day unforgettable with Connect Bahamas.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Hurricane season is just around the corner and the Grand Bahama Power Company has begun preparing. Crews underwent crisis simulations recently to ensure each department is ready and poised to respond in case the need arises. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's been the Grand Bahama Power Company's mantra over the years as they stay proactive ahead of the upcoming hurricane season. Now, today's staff members underwent a number of scenarios to ensure their quick response in the event of an impending storm.
When we conduct these scenarios, we give each of our colleagues opportunities to experience decision-making, being strategic, how do we execute it, and who are our stakeholders who can support us in the operation.
Teamwork makes the dream work, as each department in the GBPC play important roles when it comes to storm readiness, according to Emergency Operations Command Lead Brittany Pratt.
Every year, our challenges may change, whether it's a supply chain concern, whether it's the amount of storms we should expect, and so we want to be prepared. We take away lessons learned from previous storms, take away some action items, and put them right back into our plane.
The crew showed poise and readiness throughout the simulations, leaving the command lead confident that they are ahead of schedule when it comes to preparedness.
I would give them excellent. The reason I give them excellent is because they always show giving their best. We had a room full of support and we were able to still continue our day-to-day operation. And so it just shows that even those folks not represented here today still understand the importance of being storm ready and are willing to hold down the organization while we sit here to prepare.
As far as inventory, a new stock of light poles are on the way, says Director of Customer Operations, Jared Moss.
We would have recently had the recent fires which kind of depleted some of our stock, but we have made an order and we're now waiting those poles to come in, and once we're in, we'll be ready for the start of the hurricane season.
It was a challenging summer last year when it came to generation, but Energy Transformation Lead Nielsen Benaby says the plants are in good standing and consumers can anticipate a much more pleasant summer season.
As it stands today, at the Energy Center, we're doing all of our preventative maintenance just so that we can ensure that our fleet is available and ready for storm season. We're doing the last bit of maintenance to lead us into summer. We also have additional supplemental generation on island ready to take us through to meet the summer demand, as well as on standby if we need it if a storm comes.
Now hurricane season begins June 1st to November 30th. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks, Shane. It's now time for your Health is Wealth Monday tip.
May is recognized as Lupus Awareness Month,
so I will dedicate several segments to discuss this very important topic. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, which means it's a disease where the body attacks itself. It usually affects Blacks, Native American Indians, or persons of Asian descent 2 to 3 times more than whites. 90% of persons with lupus are usually women, and the disease usually affects persons between the ages of 15 to 45. However, it can affect older persons. There's no single cause for developing lupus. Research suggests that a combination of several factors can cause or trigger lupus. These include smoking, having a family history, hormonal and environmental factors, extreme stress, immune system factors, or excessive sunlight exposure. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and remember, your greatest wealth is your health.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, big night for Buddy Hield last night.
I was about to say, all eyes were on Buddy Hield last night. A major Game 7 performance. Have all those highlights in sports from Rico.
All right, that's coming your way next, but first to check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
For one day only at Dolly Madison on May 10th, get 30% off all Mother's Day items. That's aisles 7, 8, and 9 from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Get your 30% off voucher. You have until 3 p.m. only to use that 30% off voucher. But from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., get 25% off the same aisle. From houseware to bathroom to bedroom, even lawn and garden to fishing to automotive. Happy Mother's Day. But starting now, spend $100 or more and fill out your ticket for a chance to win a Mother's Day basket. Mother's Day fever is taking over at Dolly Madison.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Calling all singers, musicians, songwriters, and music producers from Grand Bahama. The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites you to enter the Welcoming Home Grand Expo Song Competition. Win $5,000 for first, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third. Go to ministryforgb.com for competition eligibility and guidelines. Looking for unbeatable tech deals? Foresight IT Professionals has desktops from $298, laptops from $238, POS and CCTV systems from $298, tablets from $148, and more. Call 602-0946 or visit number 11 4-Way Co-op Plaza today.
Guys, Little Bakery presents Cake and Sale, the Mother's Day edition, Sunday, May 11th at the Oleander Room, Freeport Harbor, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Decorate a vintage-style cake while snacking on bite-sized brunch favorites. Your package will include a cake, decorating supply, brunch bite, unlimited drinks while decorating and sipping. Enjoy music by Sweet Mom. While surprises and surprising. Gotta be 15 years or older. Limited seats available. Phone 441-9944. Happy Mother's Day. Tickets on sale April 12th.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Topping sports, still in celebratory mode. Grand Bahamas swimmers from this year's cricketer team that secured its 7th straight title had a motorcade on Saturday, May 3rd. The motorcade started at the Grand Bahama Port Authority and ended at the YMCA.
Today is just a continuation of the celebration. Many thought that we couldn't pull off the 7 peats, but the kids went there, they executed, and they brought home the victory.
It means a lot to our team and to the youngest one who looking at what happened right there in the program.
What I was just told is some 40% of the youngsters competing in the Caribbean are coming out of Grand Bahama. So, that is an enormous percentage.
I feel good about being celebrated today. I know I work hard for this moment to come, so I just trying to take in everything that come with it so I get back to work for nationals.
It's something very much needed to be celebrated. So we out here showing our support and our love towards the kids, and we just want to encourage them to fight for number 8.
Next in sports, Buddy Hield had himself a night in Game 7 of the NBA playoffs, connecting on 9 3-pointers en route to 33 points as the Golden State Warriors knock off the Houston Rockets 103-89 to advance to the second round of the playoffs. His 33 points ties an NBA record for most 3-pointers in Game 7. Buddy and the Warriors will now take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round.
We all weathered the storm, and it was a great team win collectively. Everybody did everything in spurts, and we finally get out of the zone.
And last in sports, scores some Little League Baseball. The Lions beat the Red Sox 2013 in 8U play. The Shippers edged out the Red Sox 9-8 in 10U action, while the Tigers beat the Royals 6-4. Now in 16U play, the Lions beat the Yankees 10-2, and the Dodgers came back to win against the Yankees. Final score on that one was 5-1. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, a case of deja vu for firefighters who, along with residents, sprang into action to contain yet another blaze here in the capital. Also, the impact of a global trade war. Tourism officials share what, if any, has so far been the blow to the lucrative tourism sector. And police hone their people skills in hopes of building safer, stronger, and mutually respected communities. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A brush fire in Sea Beach Estate sparking panic among residents as flames came dangerously close to their homes, prompting them to grab hoses and buckets to keep the flames at bay. As Devontae Hanna tells us, thankfully, the blaze left minimal damage in its trail.
It was a tense morning in Sea Beach Estates off West Bay Street as a small brush fire flared up just meters away from several homes.
I jumped over the fence and got some hoses and started putting out the fire. As you can see, all the fencing started to get burned, the trees. I put water on the roof so that the roof wouldn't start burning.
Now, as the fire raged on, residents rushed to their fences using any possible resource to help tame the blaze. At this point, professional fire services are on the ground doing their work, but after 2 hours long fighting, these residents did anything to ensure that their properties remain safe.
I knew we just needed water and the hoses weren't doing much. I learned very quickly that, you need to get water on it very fast. A neighbor thought about, accessing the water from the pool and also setting up a pressure washer, which is working quite well.
The cause of the blaze not known, but environmental expert, president and CEO of One Consultant, Eric Carey, says rising temperatures and human activity are key contributors.
There are people intentionally lighting fires. I'm told this is what the volunteer chief from Abaco was saying this morning. That's very concerning, that there's some arsonists at play, and hopefully some of these could be caught and punished, because that's a very dangerous thing.
This is the latest in a string of brush fires across the country in recent weeks, with firefighters and volunteers still battling a blaze in Abaco. Carey acknowledges that this is the dry season.
When these fires ignite during dry periods and in dry areas, then clearly they're going to spread very quickly and grow and then be very difficult to control.
There has been no reports of injury or property damage, but this close call has left many residents shaken. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Now, on the other side of town, the dust settling following that massive Thursday fire downtown that now raises the question of preserving what's left of an historical structure. Lloyd Allen has more.
Of Thursday's roaring fire that got its start from a neighboring abandoned building, eventually jumping to 4 others. In the process, 7 units on the 4th and 5th floors of the Victoria Court were charred. Fire officials returning today to extinguish the remaining flames spotted near the building's burnt dormers as fears loom about the future of the multi-storied structure. According to the director of the Antiquities, Monuments and Museums Corporation, Don Cornish, the building has for some time been registered officially as a historic structure.
We haven't had a chance for the team to come as yet to see exactly what has happened. Obviously, the fire truck is back here. There's been some concern about flames still today. And so it's unsafe for anybody to enter until the professionals are able to assess exactly what is happening, what's causing the ignition of the flames again, and whether or not it's actually safe to do a proper assessment.
Cornish speaks to some of the historic highlights that secure Victoria Court as a historic building.
The architecture, one of the things that we've always been able to do, and of course the age of the building, is to preserve our built heritage through the traditional colonial style buildings and all the other architectural features that we've inherited over the years. And, in order for them to qualify, obviously they have to be at least 50 years old.
What we can confirm is that the roof of the building was made from cedar wood, and that may be a reason why this fire may continue at the top of the building. But in the meantime, officials will continue to monitor and assess developments here with the goal of preserving this historic structure. Reporting from Victoria Avenue for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Thanks, Lloyd. Meantime, a slow return to normalcy for traffic to some degree in the area of Victoria Avenue following last Thursday's massive fire on Bay. ZNS News spoke with a representative from Phil's Trucking, who says it may be a matter of weeks before the area is completely cleared and rebuilding efforts can begin.
We arrived from like 11 o'clock that night. We came over there, fire was blazing. What happened was we brought the heavy equipment down, and they had us on standby whilst the firefighters was holding the fire. And whilst we were waiting, what they were doing is they were just spraying in one area, and they were spraying and spraying and spraying, and they managed to get the fire out.
And while the cause of the blaze has not been confirmed, we are told a number of souvenir and related materials have been identified at the fire's epicenter.
It's like a warehouse for the straw market vendors. So that's basically, that's it. That's all that was under the rubble. And of course we know these are some slave stone. You know, the buildings is very old, slave stones, and that's it.
Over in Abaco, raging brush fires continue to grab national attention. Our Yolanda Thompson-Everest is on the ground. Yolanda, what's the latest?
Our team just arrived here a few hours ago, and the destruction from the fire is evident. Many residents and businesses threatened, among them Abaco Groceries, who spoke exclusively with us on their experience.
The volunteer firemen were excellent. They were wonderful in protecting our building, protecting the property. Everyone worked together.
As the fire inched nearer to Marsh Harbor, one of the communities under threat was Sweetens Village, while Cable Bahamas was also under threat after a building at the back of the property went up in flames. Water planes arrived on the island on Sunday, also assisting in battling the blaze. Superintendent of Police Stephen Rule says the efforts of volunteer firefighters and additional support from officers flown into the island was helpful.
We were assisted by 12 firefighters, 8 from the Providence, and 4 from Grand Bahama. We want to say thanks also to the island administrator, Mr. Pinder, who assisted with support. We had a water plane that came over and assisted greatly last night and into the wee hours of the morning.
Roll says Marsh Harbor proper is currently being impacted, while blazes in South Abaco have been contained, but thankfully no injuries have been reported.
Initially, there were some wind factors that played a role inside this fire being spread widely. Like I said, the plane is up in the air as well. Started again this morning with the water drops. So that assisted very greatly with the fires in Abaco district. In the Bahamas, we continue our partnership with U.S. counterparts, and so therefore we were able to reach out to them, and they came over and assisted us.
Now, it is amazing when you see and hear the amount of teamwork by the residents, firefighters, and volunteers who helped to save the community of Abaco. Tomorrow, we will go into the community and speak with some of these heroes on this experience. Live from Abaco Groceries, I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest. Back to you.
Good job, Yolanda. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report this morning is in a moment.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large size. Bucket meals starting at just $20. KFC, finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Only one item? Are you tired of limited choices? I'll have the one item on the menu, thank you. Wow! So many choices. Why settle for less when you deserve more? When it comes to the ways you pay, the more, the better. With a variety of payment options available, you can enjoy the freedom to choose what works best for you. Choose freedom. Choose flexibility. Choose from the full menu of payment options. The future of pay is digital.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot there of the luxurious oceanfront Goldwyn Resort on West Bay Street. And even from this view, you can appreciate why it continues to lure its travelers with a penchant for boutique design. That shot courtesy of drone pilot extraordinaire Neville Smith. Welcome back. Well, even as the governing Progressive Liberal Party continues to deny it is in campaign mode in anticipation of the next general election, opposition leader Michael Pintard believes the administration's actions tell a completely different story. He contends the government is using a smoke and mirrors technique to convince Bahamians it deserves a second term through highly touted, well-publicized ribbon cuttings and groundbreaking exercises for projects it knows full well will not be completed before the election.
We believe that this is to set up the narrative to convince the Bahamian people that they are extremely busy, and that even though these projects will not be completed by the time of the election, they wish to sell the Bahamian people this dream that, listen, we are in the process of doing many things on your behalf, therefore we deserve another shot.
And not only does the F&M leader believe there will be an early election, he also thinks he has narrowed down specifically when that election will happen.
Much of what they're saying, and a lot of what we see them doing, is making a case for election, and we believe that election is likely to be this year, September or earlier. The direction that the government is presently taking really makes the case that we really need a fixed date for election, so that no man or woman is able to wake up one morning and determine that they're going to call the election on a day of their choosing that's convenient for whatever political games they may be playing.
In other news, the uncertainty of global markets exacerbated by trade war fears did not significantly impact visitor arrivals in the first 3 months of this year. Tourism Director General Atia Duncan providing the numbers which show a strong performance for January through March, all things considered.
We've welcomed 3.3 million visitors to our shores, foreign air and sea arrivals. North of 500,000 was from a stopover perspective. And the total air and sea arrivals would be up 9% on 2024. And the stopover is marginally down, about 4 percentage points, compared to 2024 from the stopover perspective.
Tariffs and trade war threats remain in place, but Duncan's positive outlook for the country's future strong performance in the tourism sector seems to be informed by overwhelming interest, she says, that exists from all corners of the globe for the archipelagic destination.
The Bahamas has always been a warm, welcoming, safe destination. We've always had excellent international relationships, and we are certainly seeing a lot of interest in the destination as we track the sentiments from all of our markets, North America, Europe, Latin America, the emerging markets. We're seeing so much interest, and we're really excited about the outlook for the islands of the Bahamas.
Well, a busy and bloody weekend for detectives who are up against 4 killings, beginning with 2 fatal shootings and ending with 2 fatal stabbings. The last late Sunday night along Planthall Street off East Street. At the scene, Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Sharia King announced that officers on patrol arrested a suspect in connection with this matter a short time later.
Shortly after 10 this evening, Police Control Room received a call of an incident on Planthall Street off East Street. When officers arrived on scene, they discovered an adult male in his 40s with multiple stab wounds above the upper body. EMS responded, examined the body, and found no signs of life. I can say that an altercation occurred at this where the suspect produced a sharp object, stabbing the deceased multiple times about the body. That is what our preliminary reports indicate.
Well, as indicated, this incident followed 2 fatal shootings and an earlier deadly stabbing all this weekend. Police say investigations into all the matters continue. Well, a scary moment for a group of Androsian children today when they were involved in a traffic accident while on their way to compete in the national track and field competition. Swanson Gibson has the story.
A bit of a rocky start for this week's Frank Pancho Raming Primary School Track and Field Nationals, as dozens of students and coaches from Andros' Fresh Creek and Bowen Sound Primary Schools were involved in a traffic accident on Farrington Road. Sources say a few children were treated and tended to by paramedics, ultimately released with no serious injuries. The accident occurred shortly after 9 a.m. near the Department of Environmental Health Services. The driver of a 16A bus was reportedly speeding, lost control, and rear-ended a blue truck, ultimately crashing into a tree. The drivers of both vehicles sustained no serious injuries. A representative from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture stated all athletes and coaches are well and are ready to go for Tuesday's meet. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Well, when duty calls, so does responsibility. It's with this very thinking in mind that police officers are in a 3-day workshop intended to fine-tune their skills and encourage deeper discipline. Danielle Dean is on the story.
155 Royal Bahamas Police Force officers becoming better equipped to handle the court process. The group participated in a Police Court of Inquiry Tribunal workshop at the police headquarters' Paul Farquharson Conference Center Monday. The multi-day workshop under the theme Strengthening Our Service from Within, the first of its kind.
So you're the Babylon books, getting in my domestic affairs. I am Constable Brown, they call me Boy Blue. I have here a warrant to arrest you because you beat up your girl, make she black and blue.
President of the Tribunal, Chief Superintendent Rodney Williams, insists there are no shortcuts. Police are to try to the full extent of the law when they find themselves on the other side of it.
As relates to officers who run afoul of the law in terms of discipline and or criminal law, we try to well, first of all, we hear the matter and we determine based on the law and also policy the best move forward in terms of resolving the matter. We don't operate outside of the law. We operate within the law and also policy, bringing it to a close.
When all is said and done, one of the police's priorities, according to Williams, is fostering an even healthier bond with civilians. And the 3-day workshop, if executed correctly, will help the officers play their part in achieving this goal.
We need members of the public so that we can do our jobs. And the idea is to bring order, good order and guidance back to the police force, and so we can serve members of the public more meaningfully, and they can share and give us information.
For ZNS Network News, I'm Danielle Dean.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new
And dreams become your life.
This is retirement.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
What you doing, babe?
I'm getting ready for this heat, babe. But you want to see what's in this box? The ghost pepper chicken sandwich, babe. Get an apple pie, fries, and ghost pepper chicken wing. See it? You look at me? Four. Yeah, babe.
Try our new Ghost Pepper Chicken Box today. Available for a limited time only.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
We're all in this boat together. It takes a team to do it. It doesn't take one person or 3 people, 5 people. It takes a team of people to pull this thing off.
We have about 72 employees in Freeport, and the rest are in Nassau, Abaco, and Lupus. A total of over 165.
A lot of people are not aware that Sans is brewed here in the Bahamas. It's made, it's produced here in Grand Bahama Island after Dorian, and especially during the pandemic. Every time I saw a bottle of beer, every time I saw a Sans product, it represented resilience.
The only thing I can say to Bahamian people is to support your own.
All of us are in this boat together, our staff, the country, everyone. And we've been through a lot of rough patches, taken on water, bailed the water out, and now it's time to be sailing forward. And we need everyone's support to make that happen.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, Fit Cuba 2025 is the largest international tourism fair for that country. Our Felicity Darville and cameraman Utah Taylor Roll are among those attending.
There's so much to see in the city of Havana. There's no way to do it all in one trip. But Havana Tour is certainly trying to do just that. They invited a Bahamian delegation to Fit Cuba 2025. Havana Tour's marketing director, Ileana Hernandez, tells us all about it.
Fit Cuba is the main fair that we have in the tourism sector, where we can share all the products that we have in different the tourism system in Cuba, from accommodations, excursion, programs, circuits. We can show all the kind of product that we have in Cuba.
Ms. Hernandez shares Havana Tour's most recent plans for the Bahamas.
It's doing very well at the moment. We are preparing a lot of programs, academic programs, events. We are working with agency there to sell all the product that we have in Cuba. We hope that the future we have a lot of visitors from Bahamas.
We asked Havana Tour's tour guide, Abel Contreras, why inviting a special Bahamian delegation was so important.
Bahamas is a close country to Cuba from the geographical point of view, from the cultural and historical points of view, and why not? We should do a lot of tourism, a lot of business together, for example, multi-destination.
From beautiful Havana, Cuba, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Oh, thanks, Felicity. Well, Adon and Marlena, they may not be in Cuba, but they're certainly across the hall in our next studio, joining us live for a sneak peek of Access Now.
Well, Crystal, the ducks are cracking. I'm going to call you Darkwing. I'm Donald this evening, and this gal over here, she's Daisy, right? You excited to interview the duck owner?
We do have ducks in the house, and I'm very excited / maybe a little scared. I think it's going to be a great time. Is it too late to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, it's definitely too late.
Let's stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
diet-friendly special?
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.